Hello everyone, welcome again to another podcast going through the prayers of the Holy Rosary in Scottish Gaelic. It's been a while since we've done anything with our playlist here, but we're going to carry on today. Let's take a moment of silence and then we'll begin with a Hail Mary. Failte gutha vula how landjina glas in han cherna mali root, spianach giu am misk namana agus spianach gitolag divraun Riutsa. And vula Mhoire Oigh gerar sonina piachi chanish agus ag ar bash. Amen. So, we're moving on to the Hail Holy Queen, the Salve Regina. Now, we've done very well. We've actually managed to get a decade done of the Rosary, but there are still bits of it in English, particularly the Salve Regina, the Hail Holy Queen, the end prayer, and also the Fatima prayer. So we're going to try to correct that now. We're only doing a bit of the Hail Holy Queen today. It's been a while since we've done anything with these prayers, and that's because it's rather time-consuming and a little bit exhausting, because I have to check that the Gaelic is 100% correct. And also, in case you're wondering, I'm using a prayer book which was authorised by the Diocese of Argyll before the Second Vatican Council. So there's all kinds of things that I need to just double check on to make sure they're correct. For example, in this Salve Regina prayer, the part where we usually say, pray for us, O Holy Mother of God, that we may be made worthy of the promises of Christ, that doesn't exist in this prayer book. It has the prayer, and then it has another part about defending us from the enemies. So you see that it's not quite so straightforward just to rush away and say these things. And also the pronunciation around the Gaelic word is often very, very different in different parts. And it's important to respect that, but at the same time, make sure that I'm saying it all properly. Anyway, today we're going to carry on with the Hail Holy Queen. Now, there's a few things to say just before we do that. First of all, the word for queen in this case, as you'll hear me reciting, is Mhoire Oigh. Now, some of you may already know that the word for queen is actually Bhanruinn. And when we say Mhoire Oigh, with that N being silent, and also notice the V sound at the beginning, the word is a much higher word. It means lady, basically. So it's not just queen, it's a much higher and more respectful word, which is why it's used. And also because of the lenition in Gaelic grammar, it takes an H, so it changes from what would be Bhanruinn to Mhoire. That's the first thing. The second thing to say about the words here is the word trocaire. Now, you may have come across trocaire, which means mercy. It's an Irish charity. It's quite well known, and once you see the spelling of it, you might have read it as trocaire, but it's actually trocaire. And there's an extra E put at the end, just again for grammatical reasons, which I won't bore you with. And those are two very interesting words. So let's read bits of this that we want to say. Failte gutha Bhanruinn a Mhathair na trocaire. You know Mhathair because it's Mhathair with the extra H that takes the V sound. Mhathair. As you know, in Gaelic, many words take an H and it just suddenly appears sometimes. For example, Mary becomes Vary when you address her. Even the word for God changes. So you know all of this because it's kind of obvious from the other prayers that we've done. So let's carry on. Failte gutha Bhanruinn a Mhathair na trocaire. Ar beatha, our solas is our dochas. And you should have got that if you know the English version. So Failte gutha Bhanruinn, hail, Queen. Now you notice the word holy has been omitted here, presumably because the word Bhanruinn is already a very high status. I don't know. Clearly, somebody somewhere felt that it wasn't necessary to put it in here. Failte gut, as we use in the Hail Mary, does mean hail. So Failte gutha Bhanruinn a Mhathair, Mother, na trocaire, Mother of Mercy. Ar beatha, our solas is our dochas, our life, our sweetness, and our hope. And then it's interesting because in Gaelic it then says, again, hail to you at the end there. The next part, Riutsa ha sinne, sliochd, seachranach, Eubha. So I'm sure you probably recognize all of these in English if you were to read it. It's basically saying our life, our sweetness, and our hope. So our beatha, our solace, is our dochas. Hail to you, it says again. And then we have the next part about the wandering descendants of Eve. Riutsa ha sinne, sliochd, seachranach, Eubha. Now in the English we have the bit about to you do we turn, poor banished children of Eve. So of course the Gaelic is a little bit different. I'll put the text so that you can see exactly what it means in the box, whether you're watching this on Spotify or YouTube, so you can pick it up. And that's all we're going to do for today. So let me just read this one more time. Failte gutha Bhanruinn a Mhathair na trocaire. Beatha our solas is our dochas. Failte osnaich. Riutsa ha sinne, sliochd, seachranach, Eubha. Okay, so in English, to you do we, I think it's to you do we cry, poor banished children of Eve. Let me just read the English version of the prayer, just so that there's no confusion. It's actually, Hail, Holy Queen, Mother of Mercy, our life, our sweetness, and our hope. To thee do we cry, poor banished children of Eve, and to thee do we send up our sighs, mourning and weeping in this valley of tears. And then it continues. And there we are. So we've done the first part, and we will continue to do that again in the next part, building up to another wonderful part of the Rosary. Well, I hope you found this helpful. I'm going to go now, and as always, let's just end with another Hail Mary. Failte gutha Bhuala, how landjin a grassen, and cherna mali root, spianach chiu am misknamana, agus spianach chitorag divraun iusa, and a Bhuala Mhathair Oigh gejar ar sonjana piach kanish, agus ek ar bash. Amen.